Armed man breaks into woman's Venice Beach home and refuses to leave, leading to lengthy SWAT standoff. Man is arrested in towel only because the police dog wasn't able to find him. He was taking a shower. And somebody came in and gave him a little pepper spray, and you need to go. Oh, I do? All right. Walks out. You got the SWAT team. You got helicopters taking a, up close video of this dude walking around going, oh, what happened here? I was just taking a shower in my house. And yeah, wild stuff. I don't normally read individual crime stories, but this one is so bizarre that why wouldn't I read it? Let's get into it. Let's see if we can even figure it out. All right, let's jump on in. This is some wild stuff. Let's watch the video. How about that? How about we do that? Let's just watch the video.
Strange man inside her home. When she confronts him, the man claims he owns the home and that shuts the door in her face. Marcia Davalos had her cell phone out and was rolling on it all.
Get out of here.
Get out of my house.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here right now. You better watch it with that. Oh, holy. Oh my God.
Davalos quickly called 911, but take another look at what she noticed. Just inside the door, you see that big sword and the butcher knife the man had brought with him and placed on a table right by the front door.
I just went to go open the front door with my key, and I opened it up and was shocked to find some guy like in the living room, like watching TV with all this stuff all over the place. And, my immediate reaction was like, oh my God, like, who are you? And he immediately said, I live here. And I'm like, no, you don't.
The SWAT team responding to the home with bearcats and police dogs. Heavily armed officers first sent a canine into the home. The dog couldn't find the man. Those officers then entered the home and found him in a bathroom taking a shower. They used a chemical spray to force the man outside, and as you see, he was wearing just a bath towel wrapped around his waist. He was later handcuffed, taken into custody. He's facing a number of charges.
That story is just so insane. And the video is insane. The story is it's so typical, and yet it's so insane. Here are some of my thoughts. The guy's on a little meth. He's on a little meth roll. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? On a little meth roll, and, I was going to rob that person's house, but then I got high. Maybe a little action like that. Yeah, I was going to steal all this person's stuff. I came prepared to defend myself in case somebody, didn't want me to come in and break into their house. I brought a sword and I brought a butcher knife. That looked like a butcher knife to me, right? A good sized butcher knife. Ugh, yeah, in the wrong hands, not good. So the guy's in there. He's going to steal some stuff. Then he notices, comfy recliner chair. Oh, remote right there. Let's just kick back and watch a little TV. You know what? While I'm at it, maybe I'll go see if there's a shower available here in the home that I'm breaking into and going to steal their stuff. Yep, there's a shower. So who knows? But the guy came in close to the door when the woman said, hey, this isn't your house. And the guy's like, this isn't your house. This is my house. No, this is my house. They're going back and forth on that kindergarten type argument. Get out of my house. It's my house. The guy is either mentally insane. That's high probability. On drugs, high probability. Or just so doesn't care, is so lackadaisical, and knows that the criminal system is going to do basically nothing to him. That he's like, well, I'm probably going to jail anyway, and I'll get a shower there, but maybe I'll just take a nice, comfortable shower here. That's literally what this guy does and thinks after the homeowner confronts him at the front door. Because then, hours later, the guy's inside the house. He knows people are outside. The SWAT team's probably like, come out with your hands up. That whole drill. You are surrounded. That's my SWAT team impersonations. The guy knows what's up, but he's either crazy or he just doesn't care. And he's like, well, I guess I'll just take a shower. And meanwhile, he's taking a shower and the police dog comes in the place and it can't find him, probably because he has the door closed. He's got the shower going or whatever, or the shower's in a spot where the police dog can't get to it for whatever reason. And this guy, when the police break in, he's literally taking a shower. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll put my towel on. And then he kind of just walks out the door. Oh, wow. All this for me? Huh. Wild. He knows hardly anything's going to happen to him, right? I mean, essentially, this guy's going to do no time, right? He didn't kill anybody. He didn't maim anybody. He didn't crash into anybody, drunk. Those are the only things in California that you're going to probably do any time for. And even then, you might get, maybe a year, and I'm wildly exaggerating. But it's kind of true. And that's why these guys continue to do this, because they're either insane or on drugs or a combination, and they truly do not care because there's no reason they need to. It's going to be okay. I just do my thing. And, the prosecutors we've got and district attorneys LA has, yeah, it's going to work out in my favor as a criminal. A man allegedly armed with a knife and a sword. So many instances of sword-wielding criminals in the homeless encampments and on drugs. Why swords? Why are we continuously playing with swords? They're hard to take around. You look like an idiot carrying a sword about, and yet that is so often I read these stories. And he's got a sword, and he's got a 2 foot long curved sword, and he was wielding that. Swords. I guess it's not a gun. Easy to get. Hey, you got any swords in there? No, I don't want any stolen handguns. Just give me a really shiny sword. I'm going to take that to battle. I mean, I'm going to take that to rob somebody's house, because that's literally what they're doing. He broke into a woman's Venice home and refused to leave, prompting an hours-long standoff with an LAPD SWAT team Monday. You imagine the SWAT guys going, what are we doing here? Well, this guy broke into this woman's house, and now he's inside, and we can't get him out. And when they do get him out, the guy's taking a shower. He's in a bath towel. He didn't even grab his clothes, probably because they pushed him out, that back door. And so he's out there. Okay, well, I hope somebody gives me some clothes. And you can literally see him walking over to one of those Bearcats, big police officer type vehicles, assault vehicles, I call them, whatever they are. They're large and in charge, right? And if you ever seen one of those in close up person, you're like, wow, it's intimidating. This could literally run over anything. Somebody was talking about, Arnold Schwarzenegger owning the first H1, I think, or Hummer, I think it was, military grade vehicle that spawned the consumer H1, H2 vehicles. I think those were put out by GM, right? We're talking about how Arnold Schwarzenegger ran over somebody in his military grade Hummer and didn't even know it. Ran over somebody's car or something like that. It's like, okay, Bearcat would do the same thing. So this guy literally wanders over to the Bearcat, and then he's arrested, and he's like going down that whole thing. You imagine the resources that taxpayers in LA spent getting this knucklehead carrying a sword and a knife around and taking a shower in somebody's house. That's just mayhem. Mayhem. The incident was first reported at 12:26 p.m. So it's still the lunch hour. Still the lunch hour. And this guy's contemplating taking a shower while the SWAT team is outside and a helicopter swirling around. Yeah, I wonder if they got any clean towels. I have to find out. Yeah. Meantime, guys are banging on the door. Break the door down. So at 12:26 p.m. in the 400 block of Santa Clara Avenue near Abbot Kinney Boulevard, Marcia Davalos said she found a man inside her home, and when she confronted him, he claimed to be the owner and told her to leave. You hear this more and more. People just outright deny that it's somebody else's home. It's my home. What are you talking about? And they just go down that road. Yeah. And then you got to get a SWAT team to get him out. It's my house. Imagine coming home to that. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Even with the crazy dude inside, as long as he doesn't have a knife in his hand, I'm probably going to kick that door open. But, you got a man versus a woman in this case. So, physically those sides are not equal. So she was right to call. But, going inside, who knows if there's another person in there? Who knows how crazy this guy is? But I'd be tempted to kick that door open and let's play ball. Let's kind of see how this goes. It's my house, right? It's my house. And then we're told, leave the criminals alone. It'll be better. Yeah, well, got some pushback going on out there, right? Because you can't just have people, well, I'm just going to come inside. I've covered the stories about the woman coming in and taking a nap in the 10-year-old's bed, and that's in Portland. Just recently, last week, a guy on meth was bashing out the window to the front door of a family eating dinner in Portland. And they had to basically defend themselves from this guy that was, taking a piece of their front picket fence and bashing their window in and trying to get inside. I mean, just crazy insanity going on. And so people want to say, it's all good. It's fine. It'll get better. I'm sure this guy will go and get the help that he needs because clearly he's not making some good decisions, but he's, all in all, he's a good person. We're going to continue to trust and support him. And, we're really going to give him the support that he needs. And I'm sure he'll get better on his own. I'm sure he'll make the right decisions in life moving forward. He hasn't been making them just now, but moving forward, we're going to give him the shot to make a better life for himself. That's not working out, is it? Yeah, it's not going the right direction. I was shocked to find some guy in the living room watching TV with all his stuff all over the place. That would be shocking. Agreed. That would be a WTF moment, wouldn't it? It's like, what? You ever open the door? Do you ever open up the door to your car and go, what would I do if somebody was sitting in there? What would I do if somebody's stuff was in there? You ever have those thoughts? I have those thoughts more and more because that is happening more. I live in a suburban community of Seattle, Bellevue, Washington, and we are experiencing more and more crime. It's just becoming more and more prevalent. And I know that's happening in a lot of communities. It's just happening. So what goes through my mind, I've gone from, I can leave my doors open, and I used to all the time. Just leave my doors open. It wasn't a big deal. Now, close my doors, double check them, make sure all my windows, make sure all my security cameras are on and up and running, know where I have, various pieces of protection within the house. They're ready to go, ish, including a baseball bat. And, sometimes you're like, okay, if I got in my car and my car's in my garage and somebody was sitting in there, what would I do? You run through those kind of scenarios in your head. Didn't used to have to do that. Got to do that now. So, kind of one of those things where you're like, this isn't really going in the right direction. I was shocked to find some guy in the living room watching TV with all his stuff all over the place, Davalos said. My immediate reaction was, oh my God, who are you? And he immediately said, I live here. I live here. No, you don't. I mean, that's the kind of conversation you expect to have, right? Somebody just completely denying the fact that it's not their home. Just totally denying the fact that, oh, yeah, I just broke in and I'm just hanging out here and enjoying your television. Hey, nice cable package you got. How much do you pay for that cable? Is that like a couple $100 a month? Or do you have HBO Plus? I couldn't find it. Could you help me out with the remote here? She grabbed her cell phone and began shooting video of him. That was one of the things that, to me, I was like, okay, well done on the video, young lady. Well done on the video. I thought that was great. She's not young. Is she my age? Is she somewhere, middle age, somewhere there? Yeah. I mean, never want to talk about a lady's age, right? A woman's age. Can't go there. But for journalism, this isn't journalism. This is opinion, whatever it is that I do here on News for Reasonable People. We're just talking about stuff, right? So this is a lady who grabbed her cell phone and started shooting video. I thought that was great. I mean, that's a super smart thing to do. It's just not the thing that I think most of us are ingrained to do. Because my thought would be, all right, I need to get a club. I need to bash my way in and take back my house. Yeah. But instead, she shot some footage and we just watched it and we all kind of went, ugh, that's not good. She grabbed her cell phone and began shooting video of him shutting the door on her. Footage showed a large sword and butcher knife that he allegedly brought with him on a table right by the door. Allegedly, he brought a sword and a butcher knife to a break-in. Okay. Yeah. Because it's not hers. So allegedly, a SWAT team responded to the home with Bearcat vehicles and police dogs. Heavily armed officers first sent a canine into the residence, but the dog couldn't find the man. When the officers entered the home, they found the suspect taking a shower in the bathroom. Police used pepper spray to force him out, and he surrendered with only a towel covering him. You know, that's one of those cases where you ever take a shower and then you're like, I know I've got towels in the closet. I'll just walk out of the shower and grab one. Yeah, a little water on the floor. You ever have one of those things where you do that and you're like, or maybe you folded a bunch of laundry. Laundry's someplace in your house and you're like, I'll just grab a towel from there when I'm done. This is one of those times where this guy was like, yeah, I'm probably going to grab that towel and have it ready to roll. Good thinking. Good thinking. He needed something. And so he's just walking out with a towel at Venice. So my kid was just down in Venice Beach 2 weekends ago, and he said it was like 60 and sunny was the top temperature, but at night it got a little bit cool. So this is not, this is not beach weather in LA. It's not beach weather. It's chilly. It's winter for LA. So towel required being the bottom line. The man who's described as a burglary suspect surrendered to police around 4:30 p.m. So you got 3 hours of SWAT standoff. So the guy had plenty of time to take his shower, maybe sharpen his sword, put it on the grinder, and, just making sure he's ready to go for that next burglary. But unfortunately, that break-in and that pesky homeowner calling 911. And then, the balls on this guy to take a shower. All right. Or else he's just wildly tweaked, right? He's just not sane in the head. So crazy stuff going on in Venice Beach. But my whole point to this is there's stuff like this happening all over all the time, whether it's shootings, people breaking into other people's homes, people doing crazy stuff in people's homes, people stealing people's cars. You've just got all of this nonsense. And it all makes sense because this is what you get when you vote in a bunch of folks that are easy on crime, decriminalize shoplifting, decriminalize theft. You've just got a society that pumps these people out and, this is what you end up with. Some Looney Tune breaking into your home, watching your TV with a sword and a knife, taking a shower while there's a SWAT standoff going on. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. That's why you see so many people leaving LA because of stuff like this. You roll those dice enough times, you're going to have something like this happen to you. And you'll hear about this with all kinds of folks. The one artist that I watch a lot of that was just on Joe Rogan was Soft White Underbelly. And Mark, I can never pronounce his last name. Talia or something like that. Sorry, Mark. But that guy's he's an incredible artist and photographer and videographer. And he shot, I don't know how many videos he has shot in Skid Row in LA. And, he describes a lot of these folks are, addicted to drugs or they're insane or some combination. And this is literally what LA has become. It's just kind of this pool of people that are living these alternate lifestyles, secondary lifestyles. And they're running around in even areas like Venice Beach, where we covered Venice Beach, what probably was the beginning of the year, beginning of 2022. They did all the major sweeps. German and Venice covered that, and we were able to kind of watch, how that went. And for the most part, it's been kept up fairly clean. But, it's that whack-a-mole thing where these crazy people like this dude who broke in, who knows if he's crazy or just, stupid, probably maybe both, who knows? And when I say stupid, I mean making poor decisions, not capable of making good decisions. Those are the folks that you've got running around. And yeah, they need help or they need to be in jail. Those are your two options, help or jail. But these guys are just going to be able to run around, willy-nilly because literally they're not prosecuting them in LA and they're not putting them away like we used to. And so they've got free roam of the countryside of society. until we switch some of that up, expect more of these kinds of stories. So that's about it for me on this one. It's just a wild story, but also not an unexpected one, right? This is not unexpected. This isn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. It's just like, this is like a day that ends with Y in Los Angeles. Even Venice Beach. That's sad, because Venice Beach is a cool area. All right, that's it for me. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for supporting. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.